Now if you're like me, you definitely have heard the news of Personas 3 and 5 getting their own rhythm games. Now compared to other people, I personally enjoyed Persona 4 Dancing All Night. It had a great presentation, some nice remixes of songs that I just loved from that game, and the story was well written. Not presented, but written. However, as much as I liked the game had a ton of problems, and that's the purpose for this video being made. Here's a list I made discussing some things that I'd love to see the Persona team fix and add for Dancing Moon Knight and Dancing Star Knight. Also note that for this video, that I'm going to be reading a script I wrote down here, so that's the reason why my eyes are kind of dim. I have trouble thinking or doing that. Yeah, you guys understand, right? So yeah, let's start with the first thing. These things are ranked in order, and the first thing I'd like to see is that each game will let you choose your characters. One thing that pet peeved me about P4DAN, I'll just call it DAN for short, was that each song was assigned to a character, meaning that if you want to see various characters dance to a favorite song of your choosing, it couldn't happen. Sure, they can assist you once you fill up your special meter, but it's just a small appearance, and it's only limited to like 3 or 4 characters with only one in the story mode. What I'd like to see Moon and Star do is for the story mode, provide a group of 3 to 4 people in each dance for you to use and pick from that group. As for Fever Partner, leave it to just one unchangeable character like in DAN. But that's story mode. As for the free mode, let the player choose from all the playable characters in the game, and unlock various Fever Partners by being successful in songs like in Persona 4 Dancing All Night. So that's the first thing I'd like to do. The second thing I'd love to see happen is the multiplayer mode. Because the story and free play are the steak and potatoes of the game, multiplayer in my mind will just be 2 standard modes you can play either locally or online. These standard modes I'd just like to see are a versus mode and cooperative play. If you've already heard, Moon and Star will be both for Vita and the PS4. And if you ask me, the Persona team needs to capitalize on the PS4 power by playing with people on both systems. The versus mode I want will just be like Guitar Hero, with the facing off against one another, seeing who could score the most points while trying to sabotage the other player thanks to power-ups you can get by hitting notes. Like if you play Guitar Hero 3, the face-off mode, I'm kinda thinking like that. Nothing extraordinary, but I just want to see that. And if the power-up sabotage thing is too much, just make it a regular who got the highest score type of mode without the aforementioned. As for co-op, give me the usual gameplay of one person hitting notes for an amount of time while it transitions to the next person going back and forth. You know, like Guitar Hero. Which I'll mention again because if you ask me, they did multiplayer face-off and co-op right for rhythm games. Also, because it's online, another important thing needed is the standard leveling up system and gaining avatars and banners like most games do nowadays. I mean, they did it for Arena. Well, Arc System did it for Arena. You could do it for us. Although online may be too much, it would be a nice addition to these games nonetheless. Thing number 3 is to fix and make better the game's most important feature, and that of course is the story mode. As I stated earlier, While the story I thought was well written, its presentation on the other hand was freaking awful. Anybody that hasn't played it, the mode basically consisted of reading copious amounts of dialogue between the characters for over 15 minutes before you can finally start playing the song. After you finish the song, another 15 minutes of dialogue is presented, rinse, and repeat. What I propose that the Persona team do is simple. Make the dialogue portion be only 20% of the game, with the other 30% being cutscenes. Of course, the other 50% will be mainly gameplay, of course, and you dancing to songs. Yeah. It may not be gameplay, but it's better than reading text if you ask me, like when I'm talking about the cutscenes. Or, if having too much cutscenes makes the game bad, I suggest condensing the story mode's time from 8 hours, which was the average of DAN, to around like 5 or 4. Just by reducing the unwanted stuff, like the copious amounts of dialogue. That way, the player can go straight to gameplay without being annoyed. Even if it might not happen because this kind of storytelling continued forward ever since Persona 4 Arena, changing the story mode's presentation is a must if the Persona team wants their fans to continuously buy their spin-offs. Because I know a couple of people here on Twitter who are pretty annoyed with these spin-offs and how they're presented. Finally, last but not least, the thing the developers need to do the most in order to make Moon and Star great games is to put spacing and timing into it. For those that haven't seen the trailers, both Moon and Star are to be released around spring 2018. Even if it's not a definitive date, and it will most likely be pushed to later on, maybe to early 2019 or fall 2018, that time frame is really concerning, as it's not even a full year. On top of that, it's development for 2 games, and if you're going to make them into sequels to DAN, obviously a lot of time is needed for the story modes and various song remixes. So what I'd recommend is to focus on developing Moon for 2 years first, then move on to developing Star for 2 years. It might sound risky, as there's a chance that the Persona hype will go down, but part of me thinks that that won't happen, as the P5 anime is releasing next year. Woohoo! In addition, we still have plenty more SMT games and Atlas games, and there's the Arc System Fighter with P4 characters that's also gonna release, and is also coming up. As gaming icon Miyamoto stated, a delayed game is eventually good, but a rushed game is forever bad. Take this quote to heart, Persona team, just like you and the Phantom teams have done for me ever since Persona 5's release. You follow that, and then most likely Star and Moon will be great games. And I know that some of you are going to be like, oh, delayed games aren't that good. Look at Final Fantasy. Look at my number 9. That's besides the point. You get the point for Atlas games. And for the most part, the Persona games have not been extremely terrible. Even the PSP one, Persona 1, was just average. Yeah. But I have never seen a bad Persona game or terrible, and they should follow that quote if they want to make Persona Star and Moon great games. And that's pretty much what I have for this video. Sorry that I became all fuzzy or weird at the end, but yeah. And pretty much that's it. As always, I want to thank you guys for watching. Take it easy, and until next video.